be honest, I didn't have Elon Musk and Donald Trump having a big, messy public breakup on my list of Pride Month events. I don't do Twitter, so I have been watching the absolute duel crash out secondhand through Blue Sky. I think we can argue that the relationship between two malignant narcissists, both vying for control of the United States of America, both wanting to install themselves as a king in a country where we have none, that was not going to be chock full of domestic bliss. It really should not surprise us that that relationship was going to be of limited duration, and when it came to an end, it was going to be an ugly scene. That the combination of low emotional intelligence, no distress tolerance, narcissistic rage, and a desperate need to be the center of everybody's attention meant that this was going to be a very public, very ugly, very messy breakup. Even though I didn't really anticipate it was going to happen right now, we knew it was an inevitability. It was going to happen sometime. And I covered how the implosion of their relationship really began a few days ago when Musk, I think, realized everything that was in the budget reconciliation bill, including cutting the tax credits for electric vehicles. I think $7,500 a vehicle is what they're up to now. I made a video way back in February, I think, about how Tesla as a corporation would not exist today if it had not been for tax credits that the American government offered people who bought Teslas. And also carbon credits. That was a federal government policy where other corporations could offset their negative environmental impact by purchasing carbon credits from Tesla. Elon Musk has always been America's biggest welfare queen. His companies would not be in business if it were not for American taxpayer money and if it were not for policies that our government put in place to benefit him, Tesla, and SpaceX. Not to mention billions and billions in government contracts. Right, and Elon has very much poisoned the Tesla brand, and Tesla is really, really hurting, and it is going to be the death knell of that corporation if they lose their $7,500 tax credits. What incentive do people have left at all to buy his swastikas? None. So when he found out this was in the budget reconciliation bill, he had an absolute mentee bee all over Twitter calling it an abomination. And Musk's panic and desperation only escalated from there. He was tweeting things out today like, without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. I mean, he did inject over $250 million into Trump's campaign. And here we go. Such ingratitude, Musk says. Unbelievable fragility of these men who control billions of dollars, and the United States government is just wild. So suddenly Elon Musk is acting like he's fiscally responsible. He also tweeted, a new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit and increase the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. Call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill. Please do not delude yourself into thinking that Elon Musk gives two shits about the American people or the American government or our debt. Please do not be fooled into thinking that Elon cares about you or me or anything about America at all. Please do not for a second be fooled into thinking Elon Musk has done a 180 and suddenly he cares about all of us. He only cares about his power and his wealth, and Tesla is in the toilet, and losing these tax credits is going to be devastating. It will be the nail in the coffin of the swastika. He's desperately trying to do anything he can to convince people to kill this bill. This is the very definition of a crash out. And of course, Trump isn't going to take it lying down because this bill is the center of his authoritarian takeover. It inflicts suffering on millions and millions of Americans and gives himself, his family, his friends giant tax breaks. Let me just play a couple of things Trump had to say today in response to Elon's tweets.
I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here. Better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate. I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
He also employed a healthy dose of Darvo there and a little threat like maybe we're not friends anymore. On one hand, you have Trump saying, I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. And then on the other, you have Elon Musk saying, without me, Donald Trump wouldn't be president and Democrats would control the Senate. And their back and forth continued to escalate. Honestly, it's uglier than the most drama-filled breakups in roller derby. Elon asked on Twitter, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Followed by, oh, and some food for thought as they ponder this question. Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years. Of course, to which I replied, no, Elon, definitely don't dump all of your focus and money into a third party. Please don't draw those technocrat manosphere podcast bros to your new party. We beg you, don't turn your narcissistic rage and fragile grandiosities on Trump instead of the world's poorest children for once. I mean, it's absolutely laughable that Elon Musk thinks he's going to make a party for the 80% in the middle. Again, remember, he calls all of us the parasite class. He wants a feudal technocratic system where he is an overlord, where we are all cogs in the machine. Do not act like you are building a populist movement, Elon Musk. So, of course, they're going to keep escalating back and forth. Trump then says the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. How quickly the bloom is off that rose. Wasn't the Trump regime just giving Elon Musk billions in contracts to SpaceX? Wasn't there a line item budget to spend millions and millions on Cybertrucks? Yeah, let's do it. Let's cancel all of Elon Musk's government contracts. I'm totally down for that. I hope they burn each other down with their escalating levels of petty. Speaking of burning down, Tesla did not particularly like Elon Musk's announcement that he wanted to form a third party. They're not liking this conflict at all. Well, look at that. Tesla stock is down 24% in the last 6 months. Not low enough. Let's see how far we can keep driving it down. And, in this case, Elon Musk can do all of the driving himself. The thing I'm enjoying most about all of this messiness is the way conservatives are kind of freaking out. I mean, there are witty tweets like this one from Elon Musk's baby mama. But then folks like Laura Loomer, it's heating up. Will be interesting to see what Republican lawmakers do now. I know lawmakers who are asking if they should side with President Trump or Elon. I've been on the Hill all day, and it's all anyone is talking about. The most powerful man in the world versus the richest man in the world. Never thought I would be agreeing with Dinesh D'Souza, but he said the Trump-Musk feud is a gift to the left. Democrats can hardly believe their good luck. As the day has gone on, the drama has only escalated. Elon Musk liked a tweet calling for Trump to be impeached. And Elon Musk said that Trump's name is in the Epstein files, and that's why he won't release them. Keep it coming, Musky. Dump all of those secrets you know about Donald Trump. Just put them all over Twitter. And then just in the last hour, Steve Bannon, Trump's favorite advisor, has started calling for the deportation of Elon Musk. He said they should initiate a formal investigation of his immigration status because I am of the strong belief that he is an illegal alien and he should be deported from the country immediately. Grab your popcorn, enjoy this drama. We all deserve a little bit of entertainment right now. But please don't get distracted by this drama while these two take pot shots at each other, because in the background, guess what? The Senate is still working really hard to resolve their differences about this big, awful budget bill. They are still working to cram this thing down the throats of the American people. They are still working to wreck all of the things that you care about, including giant cuts to Medicaid and SNAP and Medicare as well, while also gutting our justice system's ability to enforce its own court orders, as well as a whole other slew of reprehensible things that they are trying to foist on us. Please don't get distracted. We've got to keep the pressure on our elected officials. Senators are all freaking out right now because the American people find this budget bill incredibly unappealing. They know that what they are trying to do is very, very unpopular with us. We have to keep the pressure on them. We cannot lose focus on the things that we need to be planning for. June 14th, no King's Day. We all need to be showing up, millions of us showing up. And then we need to have the pressure on our elected representatives to make sure that this giant budget bill collapses, that Trump does not get his way. So have your little bit of popcorn, enjoy the show. I know I am, but don't lose sight of what we need to be keeping tabs on and where we need to be moving right now.